Alrighty, the Avatar live action episode 2. I really enjoyed the first episode and I'm really happy that a lot of people were commenting on it, saying that they really enjoyed the show as a whole. I was saying I was pretty sure I was going to enjoy it and find a lot of things that I really liked about it, and so far so good. Like I said in episode 1, there's always that part of me that wants things to be as faithful as possible, especially when the show is as good as The Last Airbender was. But now that I've seen episode 1, I think I have a pretty good idea of what to expect and how they're going to do things going forward with the rest of this season. I think the casting choices are really good. A lot of these young actors are doing a really good job. It looks fantastic as well. But going into this episode here, if I get some good SUKI and KYOSHI Island stuff and Zhao, I'm going to be a happy guy. That's really all I need. And whatever they decide to do with all of that, I'll be here for it. Like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon for early access if you're interested. And with all that being said, enjoy the video. That boy angry.
I'm sure it'll turn up.
Ah, okay. It's the book that Aang took.
He ran! The ultimate warrior! He's a coward!
It's clear that this avatar is not what you nor anyone else would have expected.
He breathes angrily, man. I love it.
How many places can there be for an avatar to hide?
KYOSHI Island is only a few hours.
Oh, maybe there's no Zhao, but I like that.
Maybe something in her shrine will help me control my power before...
You kill someone?
Before it happens again.
There's little things there. I like it.
It's time to go home.
What?
We did our part. We saved him from the firebenders.
What good is saving Wolf Cove if we don't save the world?
Katara, do you hear what you're saying? Save the world. Us.
Why not? We do have a duty, and it's to protect the Avatar.
Protect him? You want to protect him, the guy who nearly blew us off the top of this mountain.
Ever since he came into our lives, things have changed for me. Before I met him, I couldn't bend enough water to fill
Yeah,
a
there
thimble.
it is.
And now look what I can do. And that's after a single day.
I like the music building too.
I don't know about you, but I can't go back.
Come on, Sokka. Bro, he really looks like Sokka. Momo? I don't know why. I completely forgot about Momo and I hate myself for it.
Katara, something's wrong with your bag.
No, something's very right with her bag. It's the goat. Yes, sir!
Hey! That's our food!
What is that?
A winged lemur.
What's this?
Oh, is this the water scroll?
My dear Katara, this scroll has been passed down among the water.
Well, that's one way to get the pirate episode out of here, I guess. Where's the water whip, man?
You are a waterbender. That is who you have always been.
I see it, man. I think I see it.
Always will be.
See? This never would have happened if we hadn't left home.
Fine, we'll go to KYOSHI Island and see how it goes.
Yeah, you want to go to KYOSHI Island, Sokka. I'm telling you, bro.
My whole life, you were there for me. And I wasn't there for you.
That boy crying. I'm gonna start crying.
Goodbye, Gyatso. I'm sorry.
It's too early for this for me, man. I got up half an hour ago. It's a good looking set, man. I don't mind that. Warriors. Dude, I'm excited. I hope they do SUKI justice, man. Yes, sir.
You want to join us, Momo?
Momo?
He looks like a Momo, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He looks like the
You
Momo.
look like a Sokka?
Can't argue with that.
He does look like Sokka.
Bet you taste like chicken.
Hey, yo! Don't worry, you guys become mega homies later on. Sokka and Momo.
What are we doing here, Uncle?
This port houses the headquarters of the Regional Fire Nation Commander.
Yeah, we do get Zhao. Then they fake you out a bit, making it you think they're going straight to KYOSHI.
One thing you must learn is how to get what you want without divulging your true intentions. You must use your tact, your empathy. But most importantly, you need to have sticky rice.
Dude, sticky rice is so good though.
Uncle,
He's right.
There's no time for this.
Oh, I like that, I like that. There it is, man. That's KYOSHI. Is the Unagi gonna be here? That'd be insane. Yeah, here we go.
Hey!
You are trespassing on sacred ground. Stop!
That's SUKI for sure.
The Avatar!
We're
ridiculous. There would have been signs if he was the Avatar.
He just airbent.
I think that might be a sign.
Do you reckon the music played in real life as well for them? Where's the spinning rocks, man?
KYOSHI Island has remained safe from the ravages of war by keeping to ourselves.
All I want is to learn more about Avatar KYOSHI. Isn't that what this place is about? Keeping our memory alive?
Suki looks good, man.
We're not just any visitors. He's the Avatar.
According to you. And a few reflections off a statue.
Oh, this woman.
To be honest, I don't know what life has been like anywhere. I've been away. But where I'm from, people help each other. I know I don't belong here. That's something I've been feeling a lot lately.
That's tough.
But if you can help me...
Kid has a huge array of facial expressions. Look at him.
Maybe I could bring a place I knew. A world where people were happier back.
My homie is acting with his face. Gotta respect it.
What harm is there in letting him look through some books?
It's not about them.
It's about who else may come, I know.
Such a fierce warrior. And yet such a kind heart.
Mother.
Oh, Suki's mother. There he is. Ah, it's over. It's already over.
So we will open our village to our guests. For 48 hours.
I get it. I know why you wanted us off your island. I'd have done the same thing. Personally, I take that responsibility very seriously. I'm the guardian of my village too, so.
You.
Oh, this will be good.
So, how are you protecting your people if you're here?
What? I'm not. I mean, I am.
This is good soccer.
I have to save the world first. Sorry, how does it go again? The point is, we have a lot in common. We're both warriors, right?
Before she died, Avatar KYOSHI trained an elite force in her image. And it is now my honor to protect this community and to uphold the values of the Avatar. That is why I'm not just a warrior. I'm a KYOSHI warrior.
My boy is stun locked.
And you are? Prince Zuko? What an honor. Welcome, actual.
As I was saying,
Please, excuse my nephew. We've been at sea a long time, and our manners have grown as rusty as our anchors.
We don't get many VIP visitors around here, much less the famed Dragon of the West.
Yes, sir.
We're hoping to track schools of jumping shark squids.
Shark squids?
Oh, they're delicious, grilled with a touch of lemon.
That sounds so good, though.
If you wouldn't mind giving me until the morning, I'm sure we can track down what you need.
Very kind. Commander
Zhao. Commander Zhao. At your service.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. And he gets the info from Zuko's crew, right, in the original? Oh, shit.
Someone needs to put a bell on you.
You can't say that. Dude. Oh, that's so cool, man. Bro, that looks great. That looks damn near real. Why did that jump scare me?
You're natural.
Well, these are just the easy forms.
Well, it's more than you could do before, right?
You know, you should be practicing too. The Avatar needs to master all 4 elements.
Uh-huh.
Maybe later.
Ooh.
It's just, Gyatso used to be the one who trained me.
Ah, okay, I see. It's gonna take some time.
It's okay. We'll do this together. You could just let me use you for target practice.
And that's how you play off of Aang's playful side, no? I appreciate that, because it's a nice moment. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is accurate.
Just try that gun drumstick.
Drumstick? Oh, no.
Are you really an airbender?
Are they gonna do this the same way?
He has a
I
way
don't
with
think so.
people.
Because it was hard to watch the first time.
That's his real power.
Oh, he's doing the
Connection,
thing!
Building bridges. That's how he's gonna be the Avatar.
Oh, it's literally from the original intro.
Is this what it's like to have people from the outside here?
You don't remember the days when the war raged all around us, and we lived in constant fear of the Fire Nation.
Dude, the makeup and the warrior outfit is like spot on.
This boy, he may be entertaining, but that doesn't mean he's not dangerous.
Oh, that's foreshadowing. He do be about to, well, inadvertently, burn your village down.
The Avatar.
Yes, sir.
He thinks he's found the Avatar.
According to his crew.
Here it is.
Gather any reports of unusual sightings in the last few days. Anything out of the ordinary, no matter how small. And do it fast.
Sir.
Interesting depiction of Zhao here, but it's the Agni Kai I want to see.
Seriously? Belle, think about it. Made it myself. It's great in combat and hunting and...
Hunting.
Yeah, hunting. For tiger whales? Yeah, that's it. Dangerous. Tiger whales first.
But she has no idea what she's doing either. It's hilarious.
Wow. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Be humble.
Us Southern Water Tribe warriors are known more for our hand-to-hand fighting.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, talk to me then.
Oh, right now?
She's like, I'm a flirt with my actions, not my words.
Okay.
She said one word, and then Sokka leaves. Oh, such an interesting way they're doing this. I'll talk about it after. But SUKI was so much more confident. Obviously, this whole interaction is something she's never dealt with, is what they're playing on here. But we'll see, we'll see.
Back home, the other kids used to say I was lucky because I never really had to train. But I did have to train. Not to develop my powers, but to keep them under control.
Damn, because he was so strong.
No one said anything, but I could tell. They were scared of me.
Oh, they spin this differently. It's not because he was the Avatar, it's because he was strong.
What if I never learn how to control my power?
Ah, I like how they play off the Avatar state
Imagine
here.
what'll happen
Because that
if
comes
you
up a
don't even
lot.
try. All the previous avatars are incarnations of your past lives. You are literally not alone. The other avatars are inside you.
Hey, show me something. Show me some Spirit World stuff. Show me Roku.
What is it?
Zhao's boat.
Uh-oh.
He heard something about a flying cow near KYOSHI Island, so he set sail at dawn.
A flying cow?
A flying cow?
We have to get there before him.
Here we go.
Stop! 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 Stop!
He's not. Bro, they don't say a word. I actually really like this. Wait, low key to me, this is like perfect for this, for me. Hey, not yet. Unless. Look at him, he's tweaking. That's fantastic, I really love that.
Which is why you will make a great Avatar.
Avatar KYOSHI, help me.
I love that. Blocks out all the noise. Is this a spirit world? Oh my god.
There's a lot you don't know.
Ooh.
3 years. 3 years. There were times I thought I'd never find the Avatar.
Here we go.
But it's almost worse now that I know he's close. Because now the chance to go home is real.
Ah!
Sometimes hope can be a cruel thing.
Listen to your uncle, boy.
Sir, we're approaching KYOSHI Island.
Bro looks more like Zhao than Zhao does.
I think you're getting the hang of it.
Bro is flabbergasted.
Thanks, you're a great teacher.
And you're an excellent student.
Ooh.
To be honest, where I'm from, there's not much call for
She taking the makeup off?
I think you're a real warrior.
Ah. Is there symbolism there because she took the makeup off?
What matters is not the power inside. It's the will and desire. The heart.
Ah.
I've always wondered what the world outside was like, but I never had the courage to leave. I've always wondered what I'd find.
It's great because Sokka at the beginning of the episode wanted to go back home. He didn't want to keep going. It's gonna cut off.
The bell.
You hear it too?
We have to go.
Why? What's happening?
He said you hear it too. Oh, the music, man. But there's no Unagi. I mean, makes sense.
You must fill several roles, and many of them require unparalleled strength.
He needs Roku, not KYOSHI.
The Avatar state gives you the strength of 1,000 benders.
I've seen it.
But it can also be the ultimate weapon, and it can save your life.
In Pai Sho, the first move is not always the best.
Pai Sho.
Knowing where he might go is more important than speed. And so, where there is one avatar, there may be another.
Oh, Iroh's kind of killing it a little bit.
Such a lovely island.
And we welcome you to it, Commander. We are quite unprepared for guests.
Yes, I've heard KYOSHI Island has had an admirable history of staying, shall we say, insignificant.
Demon.
Which is why there's been no need for the Fire Nation to get involved in your affairs.
Oh, Suki better snap.
The way I see it, you and your men are the only outsiders here.
Hard. Oh, shit. Damn! Suki's mother don't play around. I feel that, you know? I feel the gravity.
Every avatar is different.
Hmm.
We are shaped by the different demands of our times.
Do I have to figure this out myself?
That is part of the journey.
What if I hurt someone along the way?
And how many have already been hurt because you haven't been here?
She gonna tell you how it is, man.
And I will show you what will happen if you fail.
Ooh.
Tragedy awaits the North, and unless you do something about it, another race of benders will be wiped out just as the air nomads were.
Oh, the moon, bro.
It means being a warrior. A mighty, merciless warrior.
I think that will be heavily contrasted with when Aang meets Roku. Oh, Momo's just a goat. Bro, she don't play around. Oh, here's my Sokka and Suki I waited the whole of the last Airbender for. Oh, yeah. That is Zhao, my guy. Okay, Sokka's the goat.
Where is the Avatar?
What if I do what you say and it all just becomes worse?
It will. Your very presence in this world will make things worse. Hope does not come without a cost.
Hope, hope, hope.
I'm getting through one way or another. What happens to you is your choice.
You see how scared she is.
Avoid your duties any longer, and not only will you fail to save the world, you won't even be able to save this island.
This island? From what?
Time to go back. Okay. Oh shit. That's raw.
No one's going to stand in my way.
You wanted to know about the
come
power
on.
of the Avatar. I will show you what that power can do.
Oh, it's KYOSHI. Oh, shit.
Impossible.
Absolute demon. Oh. Obviously, this is completely reimagined, but I'm here for it because it's epic. Oh, I've got crazy chills, man. That is epic imagery. Oh, sick, man. Sick.
I brought this here.
Which is why you have to go. Now.
We can't just leave you.
They want the Avatar, not us.
And you've given us something far more valuable in return. A reason to believe again in our village, in ourselves, and in the Avatar.
Damn, I got chills from that.
Nice job, Avatar.
Oh, there you go. Oh, here we go. Hey, where you going?
Listen, I wish we had more time.
I do too. Thank you, Sokka,
For what?
for bringing the world to me.
Oh, no shot. Yes, sir, my boy. Good. Good. Oh, I really wish she just went with the man. I know that's just not how things go, but we'll see her again.
So this means you don't want to go home anymore?
I hope they came back to this.
Hey! Nifty trick you pulled back there, channeling Scary Lady.
KYOSHI said I can only call upon one of the past avatars when I'm in the shrines.
Oh,
We
okay.
need to get to the Northern Water Tribe because something terrible is going to happen there.
You have me, Tara, and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
Momo. Yes, sir.
I feel like I walked into that one.
Yes, sir.
I was simply responding to reports of a disturbance on KYOSHI. I had no idea the Avatar would be there. I hope we can put this behind us.
Of course, Commander.
Don't tell anyone
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
about the Avatar.
But of course, I fully understand the sensitive nature of this information.
We would be honored to have your partnership and your loyalty.
Believe me, there's nothing more important than knowing where to place my loyalties.
Ah, double meanings.
To your supreme eminence, the great flame of the world.
His loyalty is to Ozai.
That is why I can report an
Oh, look at
astounding
this.
development.
Oh, yeah.
The Avatar has returned.
Oh, he looks good, man. Good, good, good. Okay, that episode, fantastic. Again, so many things reimagined and done differently, but I really, really like what they've done here. Now, look, I know I spent a lot of time talking about the whole Agni Kai situation. I think that's gonna happen. It might just come about in a different way than it did in the original, much like a lot of things are happening. But that was great. I really enjoy how they introduce like a bunch of themes early in the episode and bring them all right back at the end. I'm really excited to talk about this one. So initially, when we started off with Zuko and Iroh, the vibe I got from that was they were going to go straight to KYOSHI because they did a very clever little transition from Iroh saying, you know, because we're in this specific part of the world, there's not many places for them to go. And then it transitions directly to Katara and Sokka talking about KYOSHI Island. So I thought we were just going to skip Zhao, but I liked what they did with that transition stuff and it really faked me out. And the big things that happen here, especially with Katara and Sokka, Sokka wants to just go back, you know, like he's seen, you know, the danger they're potentially in, you know, with Aang and what could happen. So he wants to go home, but Katara convinces him, you know, to want to keep going. And because, you know, they kept going, Sokka got to have, you know, all these experiences with SUKI and everything. But for Katara, it was, look how much she's already been able to accomplish as a waterbender just by being with Aang for this short amount of time. So she wants to stay. And when Momo pulls up, Katara finds the water scroll that Gran had put in her bag. So that's immediately an episode we're not having, you know, the whole pirates and the water scroll episode, which is fine. Won't be the only episode in this series that we don't draw attention to. And I would like to think that this little Zuko and Iroh scene where they're just walking through like the markets here before they go and meet Zhao is kind of a nod to the water scroll episode, because there is, you know, like Iroh walking around these markets and just like buying stuff. I could be wrong about that, but that's how I've interpreted that. Now in the original, they pull up here because their ship gets damaged because of what happens at the end of episode 2, which obviously they left out of the first episode of the live action here. So instead they pull up looking for information, and they end up coming face to face with Zhao, who is a very interesting depiction of Zhao. I like his, how do I even describe this? Like his mannerisms, I guess, like the way he speaks. It's obviously very sus because he's meant to be a very sus character. So all of that thus far, I really enjoyed. A lot of that reimagined already, but I like the direction they were taking it. And obviously when Aang, Sokka, and Katara pull up to KYOSHI Island, look, I didn't expect the Unagi to be here. It would have been awesome, but that was definitely something I could see them leaving out, which does mean they have to change, you know, a lot of what happens. Now, I'll talk a lot about some Sokka and Aang and Katara stuff specifically that they left out, because this was a very big character building episode in the original, but they do it in different ways here. But first of all, so Suki's mother's here. Now, I'm pretty sure you can understand why she is the way she is with the whole seclusion and staying out of everything. But once again, it's like the original in where we get to at the end of the episode with Aang, you know, proving that, you know, the Avatar is back, especially when he's acting as KYOSHI. It's big time. I appreciate it. But straight away with Suki, we're really trying to sort of explain her character here. She really doesn't like the fact that, you know, she's had to be here her whole life. She's been scared to leave. So when the Avatar pulls up, and Sokka, which she immediately took a liking to, you could see it. And look, I think they nailed Sokka and Suki's interactions throughout this. They had to change a lot of it. And look, I guess I'll talk a little bit about that now. Obviously, Sokka in this whole episode in the original is just unbelievably sexist, and it's driving his character in a direction. So in hindsight, it is what it is. But I don't blame them for not including that here. But what they did do, I really appreciate and I really enjoyed it. Like, it was hard to watch. Like, that's just, it's so Sokka. Like, he's trying to impress Suki, you know, with his words, and it's just not working because that's not what he's good at. And I think this conversation is like Suki trying to explain to Sokka like what it really means to be a warrior. Like, Sokka's like fumbling over his words like I'm protecting my people by not being there, and Suki's like, hey, I take this shit seriously. And this Aang and Katara interaction here, obviously once again very reimagined, and once again they have to completely change what they do with Aang and Katara here, because Aang was just running off with all of the girls that were here, right? Just absolutely loving you know, all the attention he was getting. I love how they twist that in this episode by just Katara drawing attention to look at the impact that Aang is having just by being here. Like, he's bringing all of this joy and hope to people. So that was a much more positive way of doing things than in the original, where Aang and Katara, they're just beefing about it. Like, Katara's getting really jealous. Aang is just, he can't read the room. But instead they have like quite a serious discussion. Like, Katara is like already learning waterbending, which looked absolutely fantastic, by the way. And Aang's not ready to start learning waterbending or learn anything from someone who's not Gyatso. So that they're really paying a lot of attention to how much Aang valued Gyatso, really playing off episode 1 of this as well. And I like how understanding Katara is about that, and even as Aang goes to walk away, Katara knows what to do, you know? Have some fun with him. Like, at the end of the day, that's who Aang was in the original. He loved to have fun. So I really appreciate that. It's a much easier watch than the original where they're just beefing a lot. Granted, there was so much character like groundwork being laid for all 3 of our main characters in the original. I really like what they're doing here as well with their characters. And when Suki pulls up to where Sokka's just throwing his boomerang around, this interaction was hilarious because I think Suki says one word. He's trying to show off with his boomerang, and Suki just absolutely one-ups him. And I imagine this is how they're doing when Sokka originally pulls up, you know, to get a workout with all the other Kyoshi warriors and gets his ass absolutely handed to him. So instead of him being shown up by a bunch of girls, at his words, not mine, they do it just one-on-one with Suki here. And I love it because it's just such a fun interaction. And then he just dips, like out of embarrassment, right? But I love the way that they're spinning this. Like Suki just like walked away from Sokka the first time after, you know, she was talking about what it means to properly be a warrior, but she pulled back up again here. And then Sokka's the one to walk away here, but he pulls back up at the dojo later. And this whole sequence with Suki and Sokka like fighting together, it's great because Sokka pulls up, Suki just dismisses everyone and she just goes like, yeah, come on in. Like they don't say anything. I think it's great. I really do. Like it's so different, like I was saying, because Suki is just so confident, like as a warrior, like as who she is, as proving to Sokka, you know, that like male, female, it doesn't matter, bro. Like in the original. Instead, it's more about Suki, you know, being able to interact with someone, and Sokka specifically, from the outside world. So this is all very new to her. So she's doing it the way she knows how to. And it's just, I love it, man. Like I really love it. And by the end of their sparring, they're able to genuinely compliment each other. Like, you know, good student, good teacher. I feel like there was something here, like, you know, like Suki takes her makeup off. I might have a hard time like explaining what I'm thinking here. But Sokka starts talking a lot more honestly, like there's not much call for a real warrior where he's from. And then Suki says she thinks he's a real warrior. So I wonder if like, you know, she takes the makeup off and then like they both start being like really honest, like they're talking like honestly, they're being their true selves. Like Suki's not like hiding behind the mask of a Kyoshi warrior, and Sokka's not just trying to use his words to like impress Suki. I don't know. Whatever it is, it might be nothing, but I like what they do here. And Suki talking about the fact that neither of them are benders, like it is huge as well, because whilst they don't necessarily talk about that in the original, it's very obvious that for Sokka, he's taking the route of a non-bender, and him having all this time with Suki, who's also a non-bender, is really symbolic. I like it. Now, Aang meeting KYOSHI in, I'm imagining this is meant to be a depiction of the spirit world. Now this is crazy because the first time we really see something like this in the original, I think it's episode 8, when Aang, you know, meets Roku like properly, and he learns about what's going on with the world. But this was completely different, and I really enjoy a lot of the things that KYOSHI was saying because it's very much in KYOSHI's character. We know how ruthless she was, and it's really pushing Aang, you know, on this journey, really hammering home early the fact that Aang doesn't want to hurt anyone. Like he definitely doesn't want to kill. We know that's going to come back towards the finale of the whole show. And this is very true to Aang's original character as well. He's so worried about making a mistake. What if he tries and he fails anyway? But it's so different because it's KYOSHI here and not Roku. But like I was saying, I'm pretty convinced that KYOSHI here is going to be very heavily contrasted with Roku, because Roku was incredibly kind and helpful and sympathetic towards Aang, and Roku was really what Aang needed. But through all of this, I like where it takes us towards the end of the episode. Now, Zhao doesn't come to KYOSHI in the original, but like it was really interesting that he did it because his interaction with Suki's mother, I really enjoyed. And Zuko comes here because he's following Zhao, you know, not because he's found out through word of mouth that Aang is here. The combat was really good. I really enjoyed the combat. The Sokka and the Suki stuff, man, like that's what I was here for. It wasn't Zuko though invading like it was in the original, and we got some like really good like Suki versus Zuko, like all of that stuff. It was Zhao and his men. Now Zhao kind of got like, he didn't really do much. Sokka made a fool of him though. Like there was some sick scenes. Like I wanted some Sokka and Suki like fighting side by side together in the last Airbender so badly, and this was so satisfying to me. And Sokka like pulling Suki's fan and deflecting that fireball to Zhao, dude, very appreciative of that. But now Zuko's up trying to find Aang, because Iroh's dropping wisdom the whole episode, don't get it twisted. But Zuko's gone straight for Aang. Katara's pulled up and she's done a bit of water bending, God bless her, she's tried. And Zuko's being himself, like I enjoy it, like I'm enjoying his character here. But it's KYOSHI, you know, like it's Aang embodying KYOSHI's spirit, who pulls up, sits Zuko down, and then goes after Zhao and everyone else. And it's great because it really helps like someone like Suki's mother, who was very on the fence about everything at the start of this, really come around to what's going on. Seeing the Avatar as KYOSHI doing all this, it was really epic, man. A classic Avatar sequence, lots of of different bending disciplines being used. It was epic, and it didn't happen the same way. Like, we don't need the unagi, you know, to put out the fires of everything. Like, the town got wrecked a bit, but nowhere nearly as bad as in the original. And they don't leave in a hurry like they did in the original either. Like, they get to have a little conversation about it. Like, this is what everything means now. We've got hope. They're really building up that theme of hope, which is prevalent in the original as well. And it's good for all of our main characters, you know, because Aang was so worried about everything, and I'm sure he's still got a lot to kind of work through mentally about this. But yes, he brought the danger to KYOSHI Island, but he was also the reason he was able to save everyone. And Sokka and Suki have their moment. Look, it's great. It was built up through the whole episode, and Sokka takes Suki's fan. Now, that's not something that happens. I was kind of feeling like through the episode, just because of the things Suki was saying, that she might come with us like originally, which I would have loved. I love Suki, but we know we'll see Suki again in seasons 2 and 3, so I can look forward to that. I'm really curious to see what they do with Sokka and, oh my god, I've forgotten her name. Yue. Princess Yue. We'll see what they do with that. But like, look, through everything else, I think they still need to keep, you know, Sokka and Yue having a thing in the show, purely for when we get to season 3. That's rough, buddy. Like honestly, we need to have that. That's something I haven't talked about yet. KYOSHI being the one to drive Aang here to the North Pole, and it not being because, you know, he and Katara want to find a master to properly master waterbending. That is something they talked about, and it's something that still will happen, but he's being driven to the North Pole because something crazy is going to happen, not because he needs to master the elements. It's just something that's a bit interesting. I really hope that on the way there, over the next few episodes, Aang still has his Roku experience and we properly get explained what's going on with the comet and everything. I really want to see that. And of course, at the end of this episode, we saw Ozai. So Zhao, he's gone behind Zuko and Iroh's back. I like what they did with that interaction. It was really good. And he's let Ozai know the Avatar is back. So I've kind of talked about a lot of the things that they did differently already, but it was really reimagined this episode. But a lot of it I'm really happy about. I'm not really upset that they left anything out or that they did things a different way. It's really fun just to kind of take what the show gives you and just appreciate it. Like the Sokka and Suki stuff was so good. So where do we go from here? I think Blue Spirit is probably coming up soon because Zhao's already gone behind Zuko's back. I can definitely just see a world where Zhao captures Aang, Zuko does his Blue Spirit thing, which I really hope actually happens, and then maybe afterwards Zhao and Zuko have their Agni card. That might just not happen at this point. I'll try not to get attached to that, but I think that might happen. And then we have maybe Aang and Roku's situation. I wonder if we'll get the whole spirit world situation with the panda as well. I really don't know what could come next. It's really interesting. Oh, I've just looked at the next episode. It's Omashu. I completely forgot about Boomy. Oh, that's a big deal. Okay, so that's obviously what's happening next. Oh, I can't believe I let myself forget about that. Okay, so it's going to be Omashu, and then we'll see what happens after that. Oh, that's going to be fun. Oh, I hope Omashu looks sick. Seeing Boomy and everything, it's going to be dope. But I think I'm going to leave this one here. Look, I vividly remember early on in my Avatar reaction series, especially in the earlier episodes of the show, really going back, and I'm looking at like every scene, kind of like I did here, and really talking about it. Lots of recapping, I know, but I enjoy recapping and then giving my thoughts because it takes me on all these thought processes. So if this was too long or too recappy, just let me know, and I can very easily shorten these discussions while still talking about everything I want to talk about. It's just when there's something that was so good like The Last Airbender being depicted here in a really good way, but at the same time really reimagined, it just gives you a lot to talk about. But I've really enjoyed myself here, so I'm going to leave this one here now, and I appreciate everyone's patience with these because it takes me a long time to get these up because it's like an hour and a half of sitting down recording and then 2 to 3 hours potentially to edit this and all get it done. I don't have a lot of time outside of work and everything to do a lot of this. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And as always, please continue to leave your comments and feedback down below. You know I always appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next episode of the Avatar live action.